We're definitely live. Welcome to Echo Chamber, the session in between sessions. I was thinking about starting that off differently with the echo therapy, but decided against it.
Oh, there's G.
There he
I mean,
is.
I like the ecotherapy.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right, all
So
right.
yeah, I've got
Listen,
a listing yet, so I'm starting from scratch.
No worries, no worries. We actually just started stream, so welcome to the
Beautiful.
therapy session. Good stuff. Uh, last time we went deep into therapy. Does anybody have any residual or afterthoughts? I think that's a great place to start. Is just your afterthoughts. We've gone through a little bit of a battle since then. I do see some synergy happening with the battle, but I'll let you guys go first. What do you got residually?
uh, Warwick is trying to understand how he can best communicate with the team. Hence why he told everybody about his dream. And in my defense, Keegan's defense, I legitimately thought we zeroed in on the dream spell. Wasn't trying to fool anybody. That's like straight up thought we agreed that that's what it was. That's why I said what I said.
You're good. You
Hey,
convinced Amrook.
hey,
I'm I'm good
that's
with it.
cool. So yeah, but outside of that, no, he's I liked how you put it that it's not that it's distrust, um, and pointing out what Warwick kind of needed to do to maybe not get in the good graces because I feel like Warwick's doing an okay job at that, but just what he needs to do to continue furthering that relationship with the team. Open communication and clear expectations. Cool.
I like it.
Outside of that, I mean, I love the therapy session. I feel like we can all use it, whether it's for us or our characters. I don't know.
A little bit of
Maybe a little bit
both.
of
I
both. It's
like
fine.
it.
A little bit of both.
Let's be
Yep.
real. Let's be real.
Column A, column B.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just me. Yeah,
Yeah.
more
And any
communication.
other things that as we were playing that like you thought of and you were like, oh, I wish I would have said that in that last echo chamber.
I, I'm I'm honestly no. This goes into something that happened in this one. From last session,
It can be
no.
part of this session. I mean, I just was trying to relate the two. I think that, it's always good to open up those avenues of communication, as Warwick said.
I I love the fact that somehow Reed got a package from the sauna in the middle of a fight, or like before that, or somehow in betwixt. Like,
Griswold doesn't
um,
know that. I want to specify that. That was
oh, I
Carl
know, I know,
not
I
not
know.
being able to contain it anymore and just
It's,
word vomiting that out at the end of the session
oh, I know,
to Ryan. I'm pretty good at containing most
I
of
know.
that, but that was like a heavy hitter that I was like, oh shit, yeah, what'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? Tell us. But yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ev.
No, I find it. Now, can you confirm it was in the middle of the battle? Because I have a
It was
follow-up
not.
question after that. Oh, was it before?
It was while we were
Okay,
sleeping.
understood. Okay,
It was
because that
delivered by the Yeti.
that would have been that
You
would
could
have been
That would have been
confirm,
hilarious.
awesome.
man.
You're searching for Reed.
That would have been so
Uh,
so.
that's a
Nasana
joke, by the
controls
way.
the Yetis. I like it. I like it. Where's my tinfoil hat?
Don't commit that to canon. That is a
Oh
DM
my
joke.
God, that's awesome. Um, no, I think it's outside of character. I think that's a testament to how powerful she is because she knows. Unless Reed, you've been telling her where we're at this whole time. She knows where we're at, how to track us. Actually, we didn't. Never mind. It's probably
She
the
has
scribe because
Warwick's blood.
yeah, we didn't have the lantern lit this whole time, so she probably just scryed on us. So never
She
mind.
can't scry
We already
within
know she could
Silvery
do that.
Moon.
Can't.
So
She
this
could
was
she could.
delivered while we were in Silvery Moon.
Oh,
And
I thought you meant
me and Carl
sleeping.
did make
Oh,
a hell of a party, and word traveled where we were.
I sorry.
It wasn't
I
a
thought you meant.
secret.
That's very
I
true. That was
You guys
I
didn't hold
thought you
back.
meant sleeping in the snow, like outside
No,
of.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no. No, it's
never mind.
Silver Moon.
Never mind.
You had a little bit of retconning there. I didn't get to send it off last time before you guys took off. We kind of breezed through the jump on the Griffins and go, and so I'd backdate a hair.
I
Yeah,
like it.
Gotcha.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no worries. No worries.
We didn't want to step on Eric's toes or Kaldrum's toes anymore, so we just kind of yeah, we'll fuck off.
I like how we threw out all logic, though. Griswold brought up a good point.
How is that
Like,
surprising?
well, I mean, so
Yeah, really.
That's like bog standard.
well, I thought we were going to set ourselves on the right path, and then I saw, all the campfire chat. Hey, should we have gotten health potions? Should we have gotten anything to get ready for this battle?
Nope.
Fuck it. Daddy yelled at us, and we're going.
Here we are.
Dad's got to live with the consequences of his own actions.
That was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
There's no way me or Amrook would have ever suggested health potions. We needed health potions maybe the morning of.
Yeah. That's.
I mean, I think what's so comical about that whole party scenario is everybody went to fucking bed. Nobody else got to fucking enjoy that shit. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Everyone just went to bed angry.
Warwick was depressed. He probably should have drank his feelings away.
You guys missed out on a good party. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, if you guys
Confused
haven't
your
told us about
performance.
it, like I'm waiting for us to like be in battle and you guys be like, you guys missed one hell of a night. Me and Reed got shit faced. I mean, just
Well,
tell us the
Oh,
story.
trust me, you heard about it the next morning. Like people were still talking.
I was gonna say that, and you saw us drunkenly walk in when Kildrum.
Yeah.
At 2
Oh,
a.m.
well, I wanted like the deets, I wanted to hear
Well,
about the Russian dancing that didn't go well, or maybe it did. I can't
We-
remember.
Oh, it was amazing, dude. Like Reed, I never saw him dance like that before.
Terrible.
Man.
Just terrible.
We never told Amrook about the maraschino cherry thing, so I can imagine
No, you
he's not
did.
going to tell us about the. Oh, we
did.
ended up doing that.
Yep,
Okay.
the group did tell
Alright.
him about it. They in fact questioned him about it to see.
Oh
that
no, you're
they,
right. We did. You're right. Damn.
And then I
Mariachi
redirected everyone.
As per
Mariachi
usual.
band.
What about you, Ian?
So-
What, you got any
Yeah.
residual or lingering things that came up that you were like, damn, I wish I would have said that?
No, I don't think so. No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
DM, anything you noticed? Because I wanted to jump in next to the actual synergies that were happening and a little bit of the analysis paralysis that was happening that was frustrating some party members that we couldn't just jump in. We wanted to talk to these people. But DM, what'd you notice?
Yeah, it's been an interesting dynamic since the we'll call it the cracking of the glass in Silvery Moon. There's been much more of an air of openness. I feel that the party the last two sessions has been a little bit more relaxed, or maybe just this session, with each other during those travels, a little more in tune, a little more open. It's been interesting. Outside of that, no, not too much. Once again, still a failure to plan, or evaluate or investigate. But that's all right. I expect nothing else.
All right, so we'll jump into this past session. We came up on the Eye of the Allfather, and there's a flame in there, and there's a clear separation in the party where most of the party is saying, let's not be murder hobos. Let's try and talk to them. Let's try and come to a decisive thing. And then a couple other party members, including myself, are like, dude, listen, nobody's around here except for baddies or people looking for what we're looking for. There's no conversation that doesn't end in a fight. So let's just get the fight over with now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
I think there's always you never know what you don't know, and maybe a conversation could have been helpful.
At the same time, can't we have that conversation at the end of the fight?
What? With each other that we killed everybody?
That they're all dead.
So not one of the party members can talk to the dead? Wait a sec.
Not
We
right
can have
now.
that conversation with whoever we want.
Oh no,
All
I'm just fucking
Not,
with you.
not right
I'm
now.
fucking with you.
Yeah.
I
Not-
think in
Not
Everybody.
immediate. Not
Take his
immediately.
dead
Though.
hand.
That's the thing.
What's that?
Not immediately though. I don't have it prepared.
How long does the body need to be, like, how long can the body be dead for Caldrum to do that?
I think it's
Indefinite?
It's kind of indefinite, but that means we're gonna have to sit here for a whole night, wait for me to, and who knows what's gonna happen at that point.
Well, I mean,
There's
we could also, take a prisoner and talk to him. We don't necessarily have to kill everyone.
all.
That always works out good, right?
I'm in.
So
I can't wait to see
I
Griswold's new tactics in interrogation.
As long as
Always
they have
works
So-
out
Achilles,
great.
it always works.
Yeah, exactly.
just so you know, so DM decided to load up 62 different enemies for us, which is cool. Um,
How the fuck did
not-
you do that? What?
no,
I think he's
I
just
was joking.
exaggerating.
I was.
Okay.
I was just joking. Um, that would be real shitty though. Um,
I got excited.
Griswold fully intends on trying to intimidate one of these people. And I played this out in my head a couple of times. How would I intimidate them enough to where they would put down their weapons? Because I can't talk to them. But I certainly want to try, because that would be great. But on the same token, Caltrum's the only one that can chat with them
Mhm.
at this point. I don't know if it's going to work, but there's also the thought of we've mentioned about if you're worthy or not to walk in there and talk to Amon. Is there a point where we should try to not spill as much blood in this temple, to like desecrate or things like that? Should we try to maybe chat with them to say, to still hopefully maintain that worthy, if that's a thing, the worthy aspect, instead of just going there and being like, hey, screw you guys, we're chopping your heads off and then we're gonna go chat with them on. That's in Griswold's mind at the moment of, do we want to try to is this going to piss off the gods kind of thing? And should we try to talk to them? Or scare them? Scare, intimidate, whatever. I don't know. But he also knows that he's dumb. He's too dumb to talk to them, so.
I thought Griswold wasn't that dumb. He had a pretty decent intelligence.
I mean, Griswold's not. I shouldn't say Griswold's dumb. He's not. He can't talk to them. We'll put it that way. So that's in the back of Griswold's mind is he wants to get rid of these people, but it's also, I don't know. We're like,
part of me was hoping that someone would grab that shaman and take him captive, but
dope.
I would we know, DM, would any of us know or have seen, which one of these people would be the leader of their group, or maybe we haven't come to that yet.
Boy.
He's talking with his mic muted, I can guarantee it.
He is,
For sure.
or he's not. He's
Frozen.
onto something else.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm feeling he's like that leader is like.
Sorry. Throw that out one more time. I didn't catch it. I was in another conversation.
Pretty typical. He's
I'm
probably
sorry.
running another session right now with other people, his other friends. Am I right?
Mhm.
Roll for initiative, guys. What? Huh? What was that?
Yeah, no. So we were talking about capturing one of them. Have we seen, a leader of this group so far? Because in Amruk's mind, that shaman probably was the leader of at least this forefront platoon. But I didn't know if we had seen that at this point.
You have not seen anyone yet that stands out as a leader per se, although I say that with they may have just come into your visibility and engaged near the end of battle. I can't recall, and I'll remind me. I'll make a point to describe that in the next session. That you see one that stands out in particular, and I can't remember if you've seen him yet or not.
So the happy medium here in my mind, and you guys yell at me if I'm wrong, is we're going to have a conversation. Yes, there's probably going to be a fight, but we maybe don't need to kill them all.
Hopefully not.
Maybe.
Or if we do, you know what? Honestly, I'm okay with killing them all if Harshnag picks up someone's dead body and chucks it at the others.
So I definitely want to
I
talk
don't
about
care.
that because that is an amazing idea, and I would say guaranteed play of the game when we run the stats on what that would be. I just want to see the stats chart. in comparison to everyone else's damage. And how do you classify
So
that damage? Is that splatter damage?
Bludgeoning.
yes.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. What were you gonna say there, Ev?
He left.
Morally, hold on. You guys go ahead. I do have some of that. Lindsay just got up. I have to talk to her for one sec. So just give me a minute.
I don't know why we haven't thought of that idea sooner. To be completely honest, knowing
Mainly
how this
because-
party is, kind of surprised.
Mainly because we don't typically have a 20-foot giant walking around with us.
I mean, fair, but we did
I
have
can't
him
really
for
throw
some,
anything.
we did have him for some decent battles. I mean,
Yeah, but we were fighting frost giants.
well, even for that matter, I don't know why. Like even on the opposite end, right? Because now that we throw out the Archneck can throw people, the other giants that we face could technically pick us up and chuck us, right?
Yeah, that's why we don't get close.
Ooh, that sounds dangerous. Wait a second.
Right?
Some of us do
Wait.
get close.
Right? You see what I'm saying, right? So
But
like
you'd have to grapple. You'd have to. Would that?
Yeah.
Would that be?
It'd be a strength contesting check, right?
right.
I don't think
No,
anyone's.
grapple be an action.
Mm,
Yeah, I would say it
Would that
probably
be
take you
a
2
step
actions for
process?
that.
probably.
Grapple and then throw. Although
Or
you don't grapple
or
a boulder.
wait a minute.
But I guess that
Wait a
they're
minute.
fighting it.
Hear me
Yeah.
out. Hear me out. We get Griswold some like really sturdy plate mail armor, full plate mail armor with spikes all over it,
And we throw
Griswold's
him
in.
into the crowd.
and Harshnag throws him.
Griswold's in. 100%.
Or-
100%. I'm in.
Griswold uses him as a
mace?
mace
Or
I'm
or
in.
what's that thing called? A flail.
or morning star,
Like a
or
flail.
or
Yeah, or
morning
morning
star,
star. Yeah.
I'm totally okay if Harshnag, if we had to say, Griswold, there's like 10 people in the group. We need you to just knock all them down. I'd be totally okay with taking that.
I just have to
100%.
spend all my heals on Griswold.
Just to keep him
Yes.
up as he splatters through
Yeah,
20 people.
So morally, let me ask this question. So we're not just killing them at this point. We're literally picking someone up and chucking them to their demise. Morally, is the group okay if Harshnag says, I'm going to pick this person up, chuck them 320 feet in the air just to watch them come back down and splat on the ground?
Well,
Evan's cool with it.
It's a little different when you say morally. Morally, we're going to fight and kill them anyway, so nothing changes. He's not just going into a town and picking someone up and throwing him up in the air, because that's a different ethical dilemma.
I understand. No, okay. Well, I guess we're not just picking up random enemies and saying let's turn it into a game.
Well,
I guess
let's clarify that second word, the word after random.
enemy.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Not
Now-
only that, after seeing him do this to somebody, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
A little
Because
scary. All right. I dig that.
Touche. That's a good one.
because I don't want him
honestly,
doing it to me.
I mean, we
You-
saw him huck the head.
Well, we saw. Well, okay, he did throw it onto the boat, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing at the thought of Harshnag literally like chucking someone that far. So I
know.
think it's gonna be awesome.
So
I am
we
so
know
excited.
We can at least huck myself and Warwick a decent bit.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Like,
that head is
So-
probably bigger than everybody except for Grizz.
100%.
It's
100%.
20%. What head's like 20 to? How heavy's a head?
I mean, a giant head or like just in
we trying to
general
find the ratio.
Yeah.
Ratio.
I mean, the
I mean,
head's going to be like
regardless,
4
it's
feet
awesome.
high, and
Probably up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Probably
4 foot
like 4
cube,
feet.
so 4 foot by 4 foot, 16 cubic foot of giant flesh. Probably pretty
Bone.
heavy.
I think
A
it's
Bone
human
and
head's
brain.
about 11
Amazing.
pounds.
What's that?
A human head is about 11 pounds.
How much does a giant weigh?
Let's just do that.
Grizz, how much do you weigh?
about 400 pounds in that
So
ballpark.
double him, so 800. So
I
you're
was thinking,
multiplying by 4, so it's about 50 pounds if you took that ratio.
Damn, that's amazing.
That doesn't seem like enough.
No, I was thinking like maybe 100 pounds or something like that.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking for one of those heads. I mean, there's a lot to it. And you figure, I don't know if they would wear any type of like helmet or anything like that. Maybe not, but there's probably some additional accessories that could add to the weight.
For sure. So
Either way, I just kind of hope it happens.
Huge tangent.
yeah, I love it. I definitely, I think Keegan and I had the same idea at the same time that it would be amazing. Um,
Uh-huh.
Definitely.
at the same time,
I,
I'm gonna throw it out there. How cool would it have been if one of us was playing Harshtag and just did it without questioning, and then we're like, "What the fuck?" That would have been awesome. And then second part, I think Ashley should play Harshnag in the next session.
Just
First next
chucking,
gonna try and hide.
chucking boulders from 400 feet away.
Well, just to give her the experience of being in that upfront battle and like knowing that you have 200 plus health and a high AC and see
I
what,
still
how she
think I
likes it.
still think Ashley would be way in the back
You
chucking
think
boulders.
she'd be like old school Griswold backliner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, dude, Wanda Magic Missile. She still has that, by the way. Hey, you know what? Honestly, though, every time we fight a giant, we actually make sure we run up so they don't chuck boulders at us because that shit hurts.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think we learned that lesson early. Thanks, DM.
I just really want Harshin to pick up a dead body because there are people out towards the steps. I just want Harshnag to pick it up and literally chuck the shaman's dead body straight towards them and basically just growl and then see all of them piss themselves. Because let's be honest, someone that's like 4 times your size chucking someone's mutilated body like 200 feet at you, if that doesn't scare you, you know what? They deserve to keep the temple. At that point, good for you.
So
Because you got balls of stone. Maybe not keep the
mm,
temple, but good for you.
yeah, no, let's be honest, we're murder hobos. They're not keeping shit. Um, all
No,
right.
they're not.
Speaking of murder hobos, let's take a step back. So we encounter these people at the fire, and there's a clear separation. And Amrook just walks up and says, "Fuck you guys! Like, let's just get this over with." What would have been your plan if you were successful in somehow encountering them? Because I was lost. I'll be honest. Kind of lost my attention on we're going to throw a rock over here, try and pull them out, or no, we're going to do this. What was the intention in how were you going to get to talk to them, and what if you did get to talk to them?
I just wanted to talk to him and go from there. You know?
I think
So,
I think my thought was Warwick knew we were going to fight these guys no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew we were going to fight him, but
I had an idea. Like my thought is that these guys were like the same tribe or a similar tribe as the barbarians. So I figured they weren't going to be, receptive to us just walking in. But my hope was, and this is really not knowing like what's further on in the. I don't even know how big this temple is. So I'm thinking there's probably some more bad shit way later on in the temple. But I was hoping that we go up there with Harshnag and like 7 of us and hopefully intimidate. They either say, "Hey, we're not fucking with you guys," and they just run, or we kill them. That's it.
okay, so the plan was talk to them, say, listen, we're doing this whether you like it or not, get out of our way, or we'll
Yep,
fight.
basically. Yep. Which
What would have been awesome?
and
Oh, go ahead.
fight. So yeah.
We should have distracted them, had them go closer to the cliff, and then pushed them off. Like someone mage hand pushes them off.
Is that what you were going for the entire time? Because Carl was like
No,
at that
no, I
point is
just
like,
thought
what the hell are we talking about? Let's just go in there.
I just I just thought of that. It'd have been
Okay.
dope as all hell.
So
Been
what was
cool.
your thought? Because obviously the plan was thwarted by us just walking up. Well, Amrook just walking up. What? How did you want to encounter this barbarian tribe? How did you want?
Me?
No, just a general calm your tits for a minute. Uh,
But you're asking me.
no, in general party that was trying to talk to them, which was not Grizz. Um, how did you want to come upon them, other than just walking up, or
I
was
don't know.
that the plan?
That
Let's
was
just walk in.
I was fine with that.
Oh no,
Okay.
I
My
want
just my
walk straight
charisma's
up.
my charisma's terrible.
Right, right.
No, my plan. I have tongues, just
Yeah.
like Caldrum
Yeah.
does. I was gonna walk up, cast tongues, tell them this is what we're doing. If you guys don't want anybody to die, let us go in. We're not gonna harm you. But if anybody is quivering, holding back an arrow, or we sense any type of danger, everyone's dead. That was gonna be the pitch.
Yeah, I was kind of
All
same
right.
same.
So pretty much exactly what happened then.
Except Ambrook didn't talk to anybody. He just walked up and said,
No, Emmerich walked up and said, "Is this where Klauth is?" And then they started yelling and screaming, and then somebody else jumped up and attacked.
"Who did attack? Who was it that attacked?" Actually,
I don't remember. I know I was a 7 in the
Oh.
turn order, so I have no fucking clue.
I like
Ryan.
it.
Oh no, Reed shot him
Agreed, yeah.
straight up. But they wouldn't have known. They can't feel pain with his bow.
Yeah, but
I mean,
someone
I
else
guess they
could
would
have
have seen the
saw
arrow.
Yeah,
You saw the arrow.
Sure.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
No, I mean, yeah, exactly
took
what happened
advantage
was
of the DM
essentially
there.
what I was going to try to speak in whatever language. I didn't know what language they were, so I was just going to cast tongues and try to talk to them. But yeah, essentially what happened was exactly what was going to happen. We were going to fight them. I think there was a 95% chance of us fighting them. 5%, we would scare them. That's it.
Ryan, what'd you have? And then DM, what I want to hear the chances on whether we would have fought them or not. I want to see if how close he was.
So I think technically we
Douche.
should have had, at least myself and Warwick, should have had half movement speed, because I think Garrett said the snow was a foot tall. I think there was a foot of snow.
I'm,
Warwick's medium size.
Yeah, I'm like 5'8", 5'6", 5'8".
D
Yeah.
Shags
Alright.
was the
D
tiny boy.
shags, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that would have like tickled his beanbag. That snow.
How do
for
you
sure.
feel about running through a foot of snow, Keegan?
I mean, it hurts my knees, but I'm all right. We figured that out when we hiked a couple
Would you
months
say
ago.
you're as fast as you are without a foot of snow?
Fast as
Fuck
fuck,
yes.
boy.
Yeah, but we're also not demi
Running.
superheroes either, so I don't think you can real world translate that.
Yeah, I don't know about
I
that.
lose a second or two on my 40, but hiking boots, running shoes. No, it definitely would have slowed me down. There's no doubt, for sure.
Yeah, me being 2'6".
Yeah.
I should've
I
just
thought
tried to
about just
swim.
dimension dooring in, but I was like, I'm not going to do it. I didn't tell the group my plan. Not
I
doing
do
it.
want to
I mean,
commend
we-
everybody on reservation of spells for that, because I know
Yeah.
there was a lot thought out, and I think it was Evan who actually said, hey, maybe we shouldn't spend all
Yeah.
of our spells on that. So
I mean,
commendment to the group.
we could have opened it up with Siddle flying from the Griffin and just casting a fireball right in the midst of all three of them.
Could have.
And that would have been cool. But
See,
insert murder hobos here.
see, my thought is he's on the Griffin, and knowing how we roll, he's on the Griffin, cast fireball. DM has him do like an athletics check just to make sure he holds on. That one's it falls
off.
into
Falls off.
1,000 feet. Just
Sorry, we killed your character, Rusty.
Yeah. But yeah,
DM,
no,
are you on, and can you give us a percentage chance that we were definitely going to fight these people?
Whew.
I'll
Oh,
answer for him.
shit.
99.9%.
I'm saying 95.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's
I
a
think-
small chance, but
I'll
There's
agree.
always
Oh,
a chance
shit.
of
There is a 5% chance that you roll a nat 20 on your charisma, and that's how we don't fight. So I agree
Yeah.
with the 95%.
amen. Hey, there we go.
All right, I have one. What are the chances that Althea almost got squashed by the wall. And I'm curious about the DM on that one because DM said it got triggered a few times, and I'm like, he's giving us a chance. Someone's about to get squashed, or they're going to get
Imagine on a
trapped in
door
between
that
those two.
large, or a
What's that,
trap
Ryan?
that large. It's probably multiple switches.
Yeah.
He said
And
there was a
that's what
clicking,
I'm
so
curious
it's
about.
probably on some
Yeah.
sort of
Oh, okay.
wheel.
Chain
Yeah.
mechanism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. I thought it was.
They had to
I
release,
was.
and there was, a period of 12 to 15 seconds to move, but Indiana Jones style, that wall takes a while to go, and then you have time to roll
And then
under and then
Yeah.
reach back through and grab your hat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. All right, fair enough. I legit. My heart was starting to beat a little bit, like real fast, because I'm like, oh my god, Siddle's right there, Althea's right there,
I know.
Warwick's right there. Oh
I
my
was
god.
from a DM standpoint, I would have had that door slammed down and split the fucking party. Like, figure it out, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where I was like, oh shit.
I had a
Oh, shit.
contingency for that in the back of my head. I had a contingency if that were to happen. So, because I had a feeling like once I saw like he mentioned the one door, I was like, all right, maybe there's one. But then when there was like 2 or 3 doors, I'm like, that's a dick move,
Mm.
but it's a good one. It's fair, right?
I wasn't too worried about it. We have a certain burrower in our party.
Yeah, and
Oh shit. You're right.
I was going to also give that burrower some props because he was the one that pointed out the ceiling, and in first he was the one that realized it. So I don't know how that worked out for you, Ryan. How I know how it came through in a
It was
whisper,
good.
but what did you roll something?
It's
Were
good.
you sending G
I
whisper saying I was
Passive
looking for this?
perception.
Passive.
Passive
Okay.
perception, because
All right.
I got it too.
What
I
is
just didn't
what is
see
your passive perceptions? Caldrum and Reed, what's your passive?
19?
Jesus.
I think. Yeah,
I don't remember what mine is.
I think it's 19.
How do you get like a passive perception of like, I don't know, say 26 or 27, like on
Oh.
Critical Role?
Like
Alertness. gives
Aurum?
you like a,
Yeah.
Alert gives you like a +5, I think.
10.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
plus
Or 10,
plus
something
5
like that.
10.
All right, I'm curious.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So one last thing, then we'll jump to stats chat, and then we'll wrap it up. So I want to look at battle versus Nasana versus this battle, and just talk about the general synergy of people calling stuff out, people communicating and pointing, environmental things out, and how different that was from the Nasana fight. Is that because it's Nasana and we're all like conniving, or is that just Daddy yelled at us? We got to start to talk more.
My
Second one.
passive's 20,
Evan doesn't
by
get
the
to
way.
go first. Reed, you're first.
1 and 2.
So the big issue with the Nasana fight was the Bodax trying to get us. So I dipped out of there and went south and east. I think it's just the battle itself.
I think so too. I think you're looking at.
We're in a corridor. Like there's
Yeah.
nowhere for me to go except straight or stay back.
Yeah.
There's things on our sides, but I haven't noticed them, as in Reed. So just taking out the stuff that's directly in front of us is.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about those assassins, the mages,
Douche.
Kodax.
There are
Shame.
definitely the wormlings on the sides that have slithered down and attacked and stuff like that.
So option number 3. Warwick's pristine leadership. No? Okay. I'm just
I will
kidding.
say,
I'm just
it's
kidding.
hard to synergize when
I'm
we
just
go
kidding.
to an open field surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
Everyone just fucks off in
Yeah.
different directions.
Yeah, so
It's hard to
a
go.
little bit more environmental mixed with
Yeah.
the other two things. All right, I'll give you.
Cool.
I think it's
Good
a
call.
catalyst of. I think the Nasana fight taught us a little bit, but I think it is a catalyst of Daddy yelling at us. Because think about it, after Papa yelled at us, we've just in general communicated a lot more, whether it's going over tactics, kind of reviewing what quests we have and just the overall communication in a campfire chat, right? So I think it was we didn't want Daddy to yell, but we needed Daddy to yell. You know, so I think it's definitely environmental, but I think even environmentally, the Nasana fight, I think we could have strategized a lot better, and that's Warwick's fault.
Yep.
But I think even with an open field, we have plenty of advantages just like they do. And I think with the combination of spellcasters and just the combination of spells, kind of like we saw with, I can't remember when we did it, but what was it, Firewall and Fog Cloud
Hmm.
months and months ago. I think there's combinations that, if we keep that in mind, could work out.
That was on the river on the way to Luskan after we
Hmm.
left Xantharl's Keep.
That was fun. BT dubs. It was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. But it was mainly Daddy. My take.
By daddy, I assume you're talking about Warwick, or are we talking about Caldron? I don't know because Warwick calls himself Big Daddy.
It was
Papa Bear.
Papa
Papa yelled.
Bear.
Papa,
Okay.
Papa Bear yelled at us. Yeah, I take it up for that and kind of shook us into what we needed to see. Not only our characters, but I think us, like actually us, were like, okay, maybe we actually should like talk about backstories a little bit, or just communicate in general. So yeah,
I mean, I think the best backstory we just figured out is the Phandalin Five has two daddies.
I mean that's
No, I still think the best backstory is Zamrook's, and he's in a mariachi band.
He's definitely he's recruiting Warwick. That was the whole plan. That was the
I can't
There is-
wait for that.
I'm
There is
gonna
no
have
recruitment.
Reed sneak into your pack, and if you have a sombrero in there, God help
Please and thank you.
me.
See, there's no recruitment for Warwick. You just have to say mariachi. He's in. Or maraschino, whatever you want to call it. You don't
Or
even need to.
steal his
Don't even
blood.
have to ask. Just say it. He'll invite himself. Right there.
You don't have to steal his blood. He gives that willingly. Anywho, on to something we haven't done in quite a while. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Stats check.
I like it.
All right. So for those of you who can't see the screen, I'll talk through it. If you are watching the stream, you would be able to see the stats on the screen. I'm just going to bounce around through a couple things. I'll throw some numbers out there, get your guys' reaction. So, I mean, we all know most damage goes to... this fight was Crossroads, so this was going to be the Nasana fight, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Nasana fight. So we have the stats up for the Nasana fight. Amruk doing 230 points of damage. Siddle slightly behind at 130. Slightly. Reed, even though I thought this was kind of cool, and I want to point it out twice. Reed burrowed for 3 rounds, and we talked about that. He still did 116 points of damage. He was still
I think-
third highest damage.
Yeah, and I think you had a crit in there somewhere.
And
I want to say.
I'll following along that same line of thought process, he also had the highest amount of kills. So he wasn't there for like a quarter of the battle, a third of the battle, and still popped up, did a third of the damage or third highest damage, and had the highest kills.
Hmm.
You're questioning me.
I,
Are you
I'm
not
not questioning you at all. Are you not? I am
Wow.
definitely not questioning you at all. Yeah, so I think that's pretty impressive. I think, like I said in the campfire chat, we just gotta get over that faith point. That's all. Then I do want to point out if we switch over to the being attacked by, and you guys could also go on to
Yeah.
the Power
Follow
BI.
along.
Yeah, the Power BI. If you don't want to watch the stream, you can go to Power BI, and this report's live for you. Because of Eric, who put this report together and is awesome. Thank you for keeping track of stats, E. You're amazing.
It's
Um,
fun.
well,
D&D
I
encounters,
do feel
yeah.
like we got to point that out sometimes because there's a lot of things going on in the background when you're tracking stats and asking questions and stuff, and that is like definitely a lot to work on. So I just want to say thank you. That's all. DM wise, I thank him enough, but yeah, thank you for tracking stats.
Yeah.
Since we're thanking Caldrum already, 241 points of damage taken. So, Eric, what is your
Yeah, it's
HP? I think it's like 70.
65. 65.
So you died 4 times.
I died 3 times. Died
Well,
3 times.
but judging by the stats of 240 points of damage,
Oh
you
yeah,
died 4 times. Like,
yeah, yeah,
literally 100 to 0
240.
4 times.
yeah,
That's crazy to me. I
Wow.
don't know.
yeah.
Get your
Wow.
guys' reaction. 241 points of damage taken.
I
That's
mean, that was with 11 temporary hit points for leadership. Ooh, I got
you're
really
welcome.
bad. And then the extra 20 healing for aid. So that's
And my 43 from lay on
yeah,
hands.
yeah. At one
Holy
point,
shit.
I went down. At one point, I went down and got all the way back up to full.
And
And
then
then
went down again.
one round, I went back down because
Yep.
I got critted with
Yep.
one of those assassins with the sneak and poison.
Those
Now,
assassins, man.
I-
Oof.
Yeah, they sucked.
I do have to say it caught up to you a little bit because at the start of the Desana fight, you threw up Sanctuary,
I
I think it
know.
was.
Yeah.
And the amount of deflection, I have to say, you've deflected, I think, six or seven attack. Like it was
Not,
an absurd number. I thought it was.
you know what? It's
It,
you can see this if
It's
you
going to
go
be under
into
buffs.
buffs.
um,
Last
You have
last
to.
episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
it was
3.
amazing.
3.
it only
Oh, was it? I
yep,
thought
3.
it was.
Only kill with
Oh,
3.
okay.
3. Yeah.
I thought it was more, but oh yeah.
Well,
That's.
each of those
I
people
mean, it
may
was
have been
impressive.
able to attack
Yeah.
more than once, but their
Yeah.
attack action was
Yeah.
diverted 3 times.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like holy crap, no.
For sure, it definitely caught up to you. 241
Oh, it
points of
did.
damage. You know, that just shows you the balance. And we've talked about this here before with amount of damage certain people do, and ability to withstand damage. But just everything's balanced so well that, like Reed, dipping down for 3 rounds and still coming up and doing the third highest damage and stuff like that. It boggles
Mhm.
my mind how in the moment, in the game, you're feeling like, holy shit, you're feeling like one way, and then we start to look at the stats and you realize, no, it's not that way at all. It's just,
Mhm.
it's so impressive to me. Anywho, I think we have to go to the healing. I just want to say,
Look
Imruk,
at that,
number 1 healer, baby. Number
Yep.
1 healer.
huh?
Warwick, I
You've
beat
got
you by
problem.
1. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're on the stats at all, but you had 134 points of healing. Amrook had 135.
How do I have 100? Does that include like aid and stuff like that, or?
Yeah,
Aid
Okay.
and any potions that you gave out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Took.
that aid was pretty
Yeah.
pretty nice, I think.
Grizz, don't worry, you're on there with your 43 points of healing. Caldrum coming in at 61. I find that funny that our
It's okay.
cleric was not the number 1 healer, but
No.
Well,
What
he
is
was down
funny?
for 3 rounds.
true,
Yeah.
exactly.
What is funny is I don't know why Thunder's on here, but must. So but if you click on the healing bar as opposed to the
Wow.
temporary healing,
Right, yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah.
So I did it the opposite way. I clicked on temporary and saw,
Yeah.
Amrook and Warwick were 60 and 66
66,
respectively.
yeah.
But the healing done other than that, so it would have been potions, and I don't know how Warwick heals other than aid.
You have
Yeah.
healing word, don't you?
Nope. It's
No?
just aid, and I think I gave you a superior healing potion.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah, so it has him as 74 points of healing normally. So you actually beat him there, but he beat you in temporary hit points. And Caldrum's like
Mhm.
right there, even with both of us when you take out that temporary HP.
Yeah.
So kind of cool. What else we got? Eric, did you notice anything in the damage overview or anything like that?
Did I? I don't think so. I did notice in buffs in the buffs that bless uh caused
Oh.
58 points of damage.
Dude.
Ooh.
If you
That
hover
was
over
clutch.
Yeah, extra damage caused, 58 points
Yeah.
of damage. So taking out an additional person basically at that point,
the
or if you're fighting a barbarian, taking out half of one of them.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
No, I didn't
pretty
really
cool.
notice anything else that was out of the ordinary. I didn't actually even look at anything else, to be honest with you.
Since we're talking about buffs, I do want to point out, that counterspell was used 3 times, and I know I pointed out last time, but at the last 2 rounds of that session, it was everybody on point. No, you're not doing that. No, you're not doing that. You're shifting here, and it was just a rhythm at the end of that fight, and I feel like that carried over to this fight that we're currently on. Even though Daddy yelled at us, I do feel like we have some sort of rhythm that is happening within the team. Now we've hit a rhythm before, and usually when we hit a rhythm, G gives us a level or throws us a curveball, and then all of a sudden we've got all these new toys to play with, so the rhythm goes out the window. But we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah.
What's the overall
No.
healing?
What's the
Overall?
overall healing? Like all encounters?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at that. So overall healing, healing
probably
spirit's still up there at
Still probably up there, yeah. Adrian.
1,500 points. So
Yeah.
Adrin's still at the top there.
Yeah.
Healing word is just like that go-to, and lay on hands is actually third in this case. I expect mass cure wounds, definitely inspiring leader, and not mass healing word. What's the one you used? Not beacon of hope. What's that other one you just used? E.
Oh,
Aura of vitality.
Aura of
Yeah.
vitality.
Oh.
I expect those to start to come up in the ranks quite a bit more as we have higher HP, and that 1,500 won't mean as much, but we'll see.
Adrin,
Yeah.
Adrin, Caldrum. I was thinking of healing spirit. We ever need to pop out like super healing and have Amrook just like go super berserk, and we just sit there and double heal him? I have aura vitality as well. We could sit back and he just can battle someone, and we're just like, aura vitality, you get healing and you get healing, and we could just sit there and bounce it off
That does
of him.
not sound fun for anybody in the party except for Amrook. I'm gonna say not worth.
It is hilarious.
I mean, the thing is it's only 2d6. Like, it's cool
I know.
when we're at like 4th or 5th level, but
It's not a
max
lot
of
now.
12. Yeah, max of 12 hit points. That's one hit.
Oh, sure.
But don't you use that multiple rounds on multiple people?
It's just a bonus action. It's not like healing. It's not like healing spirit.
What am I thinking? There's a spell in which it gives you a pool of healing that you can then give to multiple people.
Not healing, but it's what Jester used in
heal.
Critical Role. Heal.
The heal spell, yeah. It's like 70 points.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't realize that. And then you combine that with the one that makes it the max amount, right?
Yeah, that would
the
be
Beacon
awesome.
of Hope, I think that is.
Beacon of Hope, yeah.
Yeah. Last thing I'll point out, and
Oh,
I know it's 1 o'clock,
nice
people
heal.
might have hard stops, was Vitrolic Sphere coming in to the top. So I have just that last encounter. Typically, Fireball is up there, and if we look at Vitrolic Sphere, it's almost right there with Fireball. So I don't know if Fireball did that little damage, or Vitrolic Sphere just is that great of a spell. We'll see.
It's that secondary bit of damage if you fail.
Yeah.
Like it's 10d6 and then plus an additional 5d6 at the end of their next turn if they fail. So it's like a double hitter.
What's the area effect on that?
I think it's a 20 foot cube. It's like a 20-foot cube or 20 foot radius. I think it's 20-foot cube. 20.
Yeah, I don't think it's as wide of an area as Fireball, so you can't get as many people. But it's a 4th level spell though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fireball's 3rd level, right?
3rd level, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. something to keep in mind. But we'll go ahead and end it there. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you Sunday.